Ima, it's so good to see you. I heard that Surak got a way to get you up and running without the heart. Is that true?
Oh, I suppose so. I did die, so...
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I'm sorry. It was necessary for the story to move along, but I'm glad you're back.
Glad to be here.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we got to get into this story, but I'll catch up with you later. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Tavern of Tomes. My name is RK Fox. I am your tavern keeper, and I'm joined today by my fellow storyteller, Sam Bowen, and the one and only Rachel. And together, we're going to weave a world of myth and legend. You see, the walls of my tavern are lined with leather-bound books filled with blank pages. Once a week here at the tavern, we open a tome at dusk and fill its pages with stories. The world outside is dark and scary. It has its beauties, but they're harder to see at night. So for the time being, let's leave this world and go adventure, shall we? So, last we left off with this party in our prologue to the first novel that we're going to write here in the Tavern of Tomes. Mylar Glass entered the scene of the Quadratica with her film crew and started making connections right off the bat. Most importantly, the connection to her teammate, so to speak, Ethereon, the governor over a portion of the city-state of Tonsona. Mylar, in a mere 6 months, starting from the top of society and working her way down, has begun to flip the nation on its head, introducing hexlight implants to them, a piece of arcanotech which closely mimics much of what we understand a smartphone to be. At the same time, there has also been a big cultural push away from the Jean's language as the superior language, and to permitting, if not celebrating, deep speech as the everyday tongue at her hand. Let's not forget, however, that Ethereon has also been quite busy. In his time, he's been amassing a small network of spies and lackeys to run around and do his dirty work for him, and do such they have. Ethereon has had, through his various networks, a number of points of contact, following up with some leads about magic which lives outside of the bounds of the arcane, divine, and primal, something which is perhaps all or none of these things. As he's collected more information about this, he's disseminated that information to the public via his initiatives to bring Hexlight to the common man by introducing it to the public library system using Hexlight home units. This is where we're going to pick up the rest of our story. My word, I could speak English. Mylar. Couple of points of note for you, one most in particular. A new cultural movement is beginning to pick up steam, and you've noticed it in back forums and becoming more and more public. In light of your big push towards deep speech and the sudden introduction of a desire for pure magic, specifically through geomancy, alongside the introduction of mass communication to a society which had nothing similar to it, a group calling themselves Los Colores Vivos has made themselves known. This is the living colors to translate it into common. Los Colores Vivos is in deep speech. They are known for their artistic bent and are particularly proponents of street art. There are videos of artists taking pieces of rock or stone off of the street, picking them up, sort of twisting them into columns, using geomantic magics to turn them specific colors, and almost sort of flicking the top off of it and beginning to blow on it, creating a spray paint-like effect. They are clearly using this universal, like non-arcane, non-divine, non-primal, or perhaps all of them, geomancy, that has been theorized about on the Hexnet. Ethereon, moving to you, you get a letter from Mara Criado Torres, the leader of the Children of Consequence, imploring you to meet with the leader of Los Colores Vivos to try and learn more about this geomancy directly. Lastly, both of you receive letters from your respective institutions informing you that the Kingdom of Denwell, which is a kingdom to the east of you, the Kingdom of Denwell, and particularly their School of Magical Training, Alteran University, has developed a feat of great magical proportions. They have created what they are calling an airship, a flying ship, and they're taking it on a world tour. They intend to make a stop in Tansona before sailing northward towards Belbiard in the Concord. They intend to make the stop at the beginning of Frigatempus, which is the second to last month of this year. So it won't happen during this next hour session, but it will happen during our last session of the year with you guys. Mylar, Myth Unending would like you there to do a special on this historic event. And Ethereon, the Quadratica, has asked you to be there as a part of the official receiving party, since you are a governor of Tonsona, alongside Elisa Picard, the Archon over that city-state. And that is where we pick up our story. That's all the new information that's been made available to you. So we are going to start now, and I'm going to throw the timer on for your first set of 10 minutes as we work our way through section 1, which, as a reminder, is the discovery phase, the epistolary phase, the rumor phase, and because you guys rolled with intelligence as a team, an additional epistolary phase. So each of you will get to discover something, each of you will get to write 2 letters, and each of you will get to start or scandalize 1 rumor. Make sense? All right, your time starts now. What do you guys got for me?
Amazing. Remind me, do we have to go in order, or can we...
You can take your first section in any order you want.
Great. Can I send a letter first?
Absolutely. Who would you like to send a letter to?
To... or I guess I need to ask, do I have any contacts at the Denwell, the magic school, that someone I could send a direct letter to?
Interesting. Go ahead and send... well, tell me, are you looking to have a connection to the school, or are you looking to have a connection to the nation? Like, to the kingdom?
Whichever one will give me contact to the ship coming. I just want to get ahead and like...
Yes, you want to see if there's so that would be a contact to the school. The school functions very much imagine you're a little bit of Hogwarts. Like sort of an independent, highly functioning determiner of the way society works within a nation. So go ahead and give me, I'm going to say, for you, we'll call that a charisma check, just to see if you've had that social passing with anybody.
9.
9, I'm afraid not. Yeah, you probably don't have a contact on the inside. That's not to stop you from making one, because there are absolutely people you could reach out to.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'll send 1 letter to the head of the school. Just kind of introducing myself.
Absolutely. So I'm pulling up my my Alteran University doc. So you are going to send a letter to Alexander Orthel, president of Alteran University. Would you like to go ahead and tell me what that letter says?
Yeah, I'm just going to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Mylar. I am an ambassador and currently living in the Quadratica. I hear that you're coming, that your school is bringing this incredible ship, and I would love to just do a personalized interview and see just how you are changing the world and changing the game in terms of magic. I will give him kind of connections to my online postings, and then I will send... Am I able to send... No, because I have to have a technician. I will offer for a Hexlight implant when they come.
Okay, absolutely. So, you can't make too much direct reference to your stuff on the HexNet, because of the fact that he doesn't have the hexnet.
Yeah.
But you can at least reference the work and reference other larger world powers that you're connected to through the hexnet. You can reference like Myth Unending, which he will probably understand. And sure enough, you get an answer from him saying that, yes, I would love to do that. That would be an absolute joy. I am very interested in learning more about this, and I am very curious about this hexnet. Yeah, and these hex lights.
Amazing. I got more, but I'll let Sam go.
Would it be possible to send a letter to the Living Colors?
Slight problem. They don't have a headquarters that you know of. They're kind of just free, like they're sort of a free-floating gang that sort of just vibes around all of the Quadratica. They seem to have a pretty heavy presence in Tansona, but tracking down their leader would be a tough thing. They all wear like a sort of porcelain mask, which is usually very, very decorated, but there's always some aspect of it somewhere on the mask where you can still see the white. But aside from that, the entire mask is up for grabs. And so, like, the leader has a very distinctive mask with some really bright colors. Some of the qualities of the leader that have sort of been noted is that they have these long locks. They are a dark-skinned person from everything that can be told, from a distance and from the videos that have been seen. The locks are dyed this like deep dark blue. And so, yeah, you wouldn't know how to get into contact with them unless you saw them or you have some of your lackeys do something about it.
Yeah. Could I use my discovery phase to see if I can learn more about them?
Absolutely.
See if I can find a contact. Doesn't necessarily have to be their leader, but just a way in.
Yeah.
Meet with them.
Absolutely, you can. Go ahead and give me... I'll give you your choice of a wisdom investigation or a wisdom perception check.
Ooh. I think I'll go investigation.
Okay, so if you're proficient in investigation, you get your proficiency, but your base stat for this is still your wisdom.
All right. 13.
13 total?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's what I'll say. You have, at this point, probably about 3 or 4 different leads about where you might be able to find a group of them gathering. You don't know necessarily what times they might gather, and you don't know exactly whether these leads are valid or not. And so it might be a process of you've got to sort of pick these off one by one, but you have some leads.
Could I use my epistolary phase to write a series of letters to the Living Colors and just give it to my lackeys and kind of put them in the spots where they might show up?
I will say that you can cover 2 of those locations because your epistolary phase is 2 letters. Now, normally I say that the epistolary phase guarantees you a hit on a letter. Because of this, because of the fact that you're sort of just dropping them in a location and hoping they hit the person, I will say we'll have rolls for this to see if you can get the letter across. I'm assuming both letters are identical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what do those letters say before we even get to whether those letters are received?
Yeah. The letters essentially are just saying, like, we've kind of seen what, a little bit of, like, what you guys do. Just would like to kind of have a discussion on, like, how does your magic work? And how can we kind of keep what you do, like, part of our culture, more or less.
Okay. Go ahead and I'm going to say, because you're trying two different locations, and normally I say there's a 100% guarantee. I'm going to drop that to a 50% guarantee. I just want you to roll a d20 for me. On an 11 or higher on the first location, you get a hit.
Okay.
13.
Okay. So the first letter, I'm curious, do you sign this letter?
Yes. This is him signing as
As
governor of his portion.
Okay, as
Like,
Ethereon,
this is-
governor of Tensana. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. This is fun. This is interesting. You don't get a response via letter. The response that you get is a massive mural that appears overnight on the side of a public library building, declaring a date and meet time for you.
All right.
And so it's this very public invitation to you to come and learn more from them.
All right. Okay. Is it possible to have a public acceptance of the day and time?
I mean, the Hexlight system allows for you to publicize anything. So if you would like to do a little bit of a state of the Quadratica address to make an official public acceptance, you absolutely can.
I was thinking more along the lines of sort of just have it kind of a staged reaction of him seeing the mural, being
Okay.
yes, I will meet with you, and then have that go on the Hex net.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Okay, so you've established this time. The time that they established was a little bit further down the line, so we'll get to that further down along in the year. But absolutely, you have set up this meeting. I want to bounce back now to Rachel and to Mylar, because that is both of your letters. It doesn't matter if the second one got picked up; it would have just been the same thing. Although, actually, hold on, roll to see if the second one got picked up.
Yeah. 8. No.
No. Okay. Cool. Then yes. Let's go ahead and bounce back to Mylar.
Okay, awesome. I would like to do a letter form in the DM form. So
Okay.
this might be discovery and then epistolary, but
Okay.
see if I can, through the Hex web, discover either the leader of Los Colores Vivos or get connected, see what I can find with all of my...
Are you by discover the leader, do you mean that you want to discover their identity? Do you want to discover do you want to discover who they are, or just find a username that they might be? That's what you're looking for?
I just want to find the username. Yeah, I
Okay.
want to be able to send them the DM. That's what I'm looking for.
Go ahead. This is going to be a very high DC because you're trying to basically find a person's username based on X posts that they appear in versus the posts that they may have posted, because they appear in a lot of posts and you don't know which of the usernames that's posted them might be them, if any. So
it.
Go ahead and what do I want to call this? Go ahead and give me a wisdom. You can give me either wisdom perception or wisdom. Actually, no, I'm going to say it has to be wisdom investigation. Go ahead and give me a wisdom investigation check. But do it with advantage because you are in your home turf, but the DC is high.
Okay. So when you say wisdom investigation,
Use your wisdom modifier, and if you're proficient in investigation, add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
I'm referencing a lesser known sub rule of D&D, so.
Great. Advantage. Still, I'm not going to make it. It was a 10. I have a pact on a failed ability check. I can add a D4. Am I able to use that or not really?
I mean, you could, but it wouldn't make a difference.
It's not going to help. Okay.
No. Unfortunately, that roll was just too low. You were looking for, I'll just like tell you the DC. You were looking for a 25. It's very hard to just
this dice is not doing me well today.
I'm just saying, if you're looking for somebody who has no apparent name and appears almost everywhere on the internet and has no public-facing identity that anybody's aware of, aside from the dude, you're probably going to have 12 different people whose accounts are referencing him as who they are, plus a bunch of people who are posting about him.
Fair.
So.
Also, I would have had to roll a natural 20 to get a 25.
Oh, really?
Without a pact, so yeah, it wouldn't have mattered.
Hold on, did you roll a 5 with advantage?
No, I rolled a 7. Or no, I rolled a 5. And my first one was a 3.
Oh my word. Yeah, no, that was just tough. Okay. So you are not able to track down who exactly this person is. Even with your expertise of the HexNet, you are not able to track down the leader of Los Colores.
Great. Do they have their own, like almost like an IG page, like Los Colores IG? No?
There are a number of them. So one of the things that I'll just give you as a part of your research, one of the things you figure out is they don't have a like universal brand. Like a lot of groups like this have an image or something. Their whole thing is that any banner is our banner. Okay. Like their whole thing is give a voice to the voiceless. Whatever banner you associate us with, that's our banner. They're not withholding to any degree on that. And so you'll like just immediately clock there's not a lot of universal branding, and that is their branding. So
okay, cool. In that case, has the painting of the date and the time for oh my gosh, I totally just forgot your name.
Ethereon.
First Sam's character. Yeah. Has that already been put up?
Yeah, I would say that got put up. And by this point, we'll also say that firstly, the government probably scrubbed it off the wall. Just so that hopefully not too many additional people are showing up. But in addition to that, there are still copies on the HexNet everywhere.
Love it. So if I can do this, my next letter is going to be
okay. Yep.
My public documentary that I'm just going to post on the HexNet. Almost like a kind of bringing light, like obviously people are already talking about it, but try and do more of a documentary style of showing various works that Los Colores has done, and then how they communicate publicly. And so then kind of the end of the video would be like, this is my public declaration of I would love to explore more and expose the heart and the mission behind Los Colores Vivos, and just see if they respond. So.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and give me just a generic charisma check.
Okay. Oh, a natural 20.
Here's what I'll say. You get a message from a username that is just, it's not even letters and numbers or symbols. Someone has hacked the HexNet, and what you're getting are glyphs in some form of magic, like it's alien to the hexnet. You get a message from a username that has those symbols, and the message that you get is, "I heard you were looking for me."
Cool. Do I get to respond now, or is this later?
We'll pick that up in the rest of this because we also have to get to your rumors.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go ahead and kick off our rumor phase?
You can go, Sam. I gotta think of my rumor.
Yeah. I think I'd like to kind of start a rumor kind of around the weave infinitum.
The weave infinitum.
Never. Infinitum. That's what I was looking for. Of just having it as one of those kind of articles where it's like everyone's been lying to you, like magic is not these
The
three
conspiracy
categories.
articles,
It's instead. And sort of getting the idea that like the people who are in control of how magic is being taught and used don't actually understand what it is.
Okay, so I'm going to write down as like the big point of your rumor, the people who are in control of teaching and perpetuating our understanding of magic don't truly understand what it is. Is that's your big point? Great.
Yeah, that the people who are trying to teach people about magic don't actually know what magic is.
Magic don't know what magic is. People who are in control of teaching magic don't know what magic actually is. Great. And then I'll just add a sub, like a parentheses after that, specifying the weave infinitum as the thing that you're following up with. Amazing. Mylar, what would you like to do as your rumor?
Yes, I would like to, in the where we are in the Quadratica, to have the rumor. I made that documentary about I'm forgetting the group of people that were using geomancy. They like let me in.
Oh yes,
and
yes.
Sent the documentary off, and it was being well received, like outside of the Quadratica. So outside of where we are. Sorry, Tassone.
Tansone. Yes.
Tons. So I would like the rumor of that, how well that documentary is going, to start spreading in Tassone, letting people know that, you know, while the social things that Mylar does is great and fun, she's also out to like expose the truth and bring light to people who are maybe not as well known.
Okay. So basically the big point of it being Mylar Glass is out to expose the truth and bring light to the marginalized mass, like to the marginalized groups of people in the Quadratica.
Yes.
And bring light to Great. Okay. I will also add, we used to have a scandal that it was unfair that the Hexlights are limited to government, which spawned the Common Man Initiative. That scandal has been reduced to a rumor. There was also the scandal of Mylar Glass is worth listening to and paying attention to because she is close to the Concord's leaders and has inside info. That has been reduced from a scandal to a rumor. And we now have the dying rumors of the Hexlite implants have really improved Mylar Glass's life as well as our government's communication. That's dying, but it doesn't mean like it's not true or not believed. It's just not in the front of people's minds anymore. And also dying is the rumor that Hexlite might have downsides that we don't know about yet. Okay? All right. That's your environment. You got a little under 20 minutes left with the remainder of your time. What would you guys like to do?
Sam?
Yeah. Very much want to get to the meeting with the living colors if I can.
Yes, absolutely. Cool. Go ahead and give me, with your public posting of your reaction to the invitation, go ahead and give me a generic charisma check. This is going to determine how high ranking of an official or an individual within the Los Colores Vivos system, how high of a person within their sort of rankings shows up to this meeting with you.
Right. So just basic charisma check?
Yep, just
17.
17, you said?
17.
17, okay. Okay, cool. You do not get the leader, but showing up to the meeting is one of the more like you'll see him pop up or see her pop up. You can't tell really. Sort of, they're wearing these like heavily shrouding like robes. Walks in. The mask that they're wearing. A lot of the masks are very creative. This one is just like 3 streaks down the side of the face, with like this deep purple that does sort of a goodness, what is it? Does sort of a gradient into like a bright red at the bottom of the line, and walks up to you, and just approaches and sort of waits for you because you're the one who called this meeting. They just gave you a location and a time. And this is, I would say, for you, just so you know, this is sort of an obscure like section of Tansona, not quite the slums or like an area that's like really worse off, but definitely an area like where like you can't tell exactly. This might be an abandoned building. It might just be a building of a business that is closed for the day. There's a sense that you get in this meeting that you've now been put face to face with an extent to which you are unfamiliar with all of the aspects of your city.
Yeah. Ethereon would just sort of reach out and with just say like, I would like to talk with you to see like what we can do for you. The Hexlite is sort of changing our society a lot, so like we would like to see what we can do for the people who are already here and how to keep our culture in the changing times.
The best thing you can do, and the voice as it emanates is, you can't exactly tell what gender it is, and there's a little bit of like a bubbliness to it, like there's almost a fluidity to it. The best thing you can do to keep your culture with the changing times is to let go of your control of culture. The Colores want to see all of the citizens of the Quadratica
freed from the bindings that their current government has placed upon them.
And you see sort of creeping out from underneath the cloak this sort of fluid hand of some sort. This is the moment where you clock that you're dealing with a Visuint, a ooze person. As it sort of scrapes across the surface of the ground, using like this acidic nature that it has to itself, scooping up a good chunk of the stone and doing, as you've seen before, creating this sort of stick, this cylinder, and flicking off the top of it and creating just a like pour out of aerosolized rock, and beginning to paint the wall, and continues to carry on the conversation while either defacing this currently used building or this abandoned place, and is just waiting for your response.
So, you would just like freedom from government, or
Los Colores Vivos has never believed in the capacity of the Quadratica to make its best decisions for its citizens. The Hex Lights have furthered our belief in that. The Quadratica has sat impartial to the world around it, while everyone else made developments and growth and change. In not but a few months, we will be seeing the introduction of a completely new form of travel that will absolutely change and alter everything in our understanding. I believe you know of this. An airship coming to Tanzona. The Quadratica could never have dreamed of getting even close to that, because they kept us in the dark. They kept us at a point of saying, we will be at peace with everybody and we will not engage in the world around us. Los Colores Vivos says no longer.
truth be told, I've never been one to trust in government. I believe the future is always in the hands of the children of consequence.
What are you trying to do?
How can we
here?
help you? I'm trying to convince this person that me and my people are on their side.
Make a charisma check.
Could it be persuasion?
Sure.
Or is it sweet? Of course, then I rolled the nat one.
Oh, I am so sorry.
That's brutal.
They respond to you, and all you hear at this point is just there's the hissing of the aerosolized stone becomes louder, and you just hear the statement,
We wish we could believe you.
and they throw the stone in the air, and as it spins, it creates this massive fog cloud, and when the dust settles, they're gone. We're going to pop over to Mylar.
Amazing. I was going to ask, even though I'm not very proficient at this, but because the invitation was so public, could I try and like sneak and hide to observe this meeting?
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a stealth check as you attempt to approach. You notice that this meeting is being guarded. There are a mass of people who did come to see this meeting and are being held back by public enforcers. So go ahead and give me a stealth check to try and not be seen or stopped by them.
It's only 17.
17. I'm gonna go ahead and just roll a perception check for public enforcers. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is a nat 20.
No. Okay.
You try to sneak in. You are very quickly caught. I'm afraid.
Cool. Does Form of Dread give me any advantage if I just...
Form of Dread, I will say, will make you scary enough to escape without penalty.
Great. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, you get caught, and they're like, and just hey, you are not allowed in here, and then immediately you go to forward. Ah, get away! Go now!
I will run away then.
Fantastic. You are let off. There's just an immediate fear that it's like the overly distinguished guard is just like, I would rather not deal with you. Be gone.
Amazing. And then as I'm running away, so like, thanks so much.
I don't think they even recognized you. Is how notably. Also, what does your Form of Dread look like?
Oh. That's a great question. I think the sea creature that I blended with comes out a little bit more.
Yeah. Are you you're a Kalmar?
Scorpok?
Oh, you're a Skorupiak.
Yeah, Skorup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So. Very nice.
Okay. So scratch that. I am going to respond to my DM.
Okay.
Just with a time and a place. Have I put two and two together of the documentary I made of people with geomancy and then what Los Colores is doing with their stuff? Yeah. I've made that connection.
No, 100%. Okay. That's one of their selling points. As an organization, it's like we're practitioners of the universal magic. We practice.
Great. Then I would, in my DM back of the time and the place, I would like to suggest a place closer to like where this tribe is, and so.
Okay. Yeah. Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. Let's go ahead and jump to that meeting.
Okay.
You are out in the out somewhere in the jungle. There's a little bit of society here, but they are primarily you're primarily in the wilds. Luckily, the Hex Light has a navigational system that helps you stay right where you intend to be. Sort of, you give me a perception check. Actually, I'm going to ask for a check on this.
Okay. Perception. 15.
All right. You are able to notice that, like, sort of, when it's about 100 feet out, you notice this individual who has been the sort of primary face is not walking, but sort of leaping from tree to tree. There is something on their shoes that is functioning as like a hook or something that is holding them in place. They jump from tree to tree. They get right above you and just drop down. And your perception of 15 also tips you off to the fact that there are somewhere around you, and you can't tell exactly where, probably 20 or other members of what you assume are Los Colores Vivos people.
Okay.
And the leader of Los Colores Vivos is in front of you, porcelain mask, the deep blue locks, all sort of back tied. The symbols on the front are in the script of deep speech, which is a recently developed script. And you see that it bears a lot of similarities to sort of that glyph rune work that was this bizarre username that messaged you, sort of just written in angles across this mask. And they repeat the message back at you. I heard you were looking for me. And they're speaking in deep speech.
Okay, I'm gonna respond. We'll have this whole convo in deep speech.
Okay.
Yeah, I love your work. Love what you're doing. Why? What? I'm so curious.
For years and years, I have heard nothing but remain peaceful. The government above us, the Quadratica, has insinuated and desired nothing more than nothing. I refuse to wait any longer for a rescuer from this society. Los Colores Vivos is here to rescue all of our people from the nothing that we have lived in. You came from the Concord. When the Hexlights were introduced, we saw what was possible. We saw ambition. Ambition was new. Ambition revealed to us possibilities of worlds and ends greater than our own. And so we will be free of the nothing. We will become the living colors.
Cool. As they're talking, do I get good vibes or bad vibes?
You get vibes of a desperate person.
Okay.
Like, this doesn't seem to you like a major villain. This just seems like a person.
Just wanting more out of life.
Yes, exactly. Someone who has been told for their entire life that there is nothing out there of interest, and as soon as something came in, they were like, you lied, and I've been believing you forever, and you're going to expect me to keep believing the lie, and I refuse to do that.
Cool. So Audra, love that. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that one of the beautiful things about the Hexite is that it brings knowledge and it brings ambition, and you can dream bigger and brighter, and there's so much more out there. And honestly, I think you have something also to offer with this geomancy. It's not as well known outside of here. Let me help you. Let me help you get your message out to the world. And let's see what new ambitions can come from teaming up.
Make a charisma check.
Don't fail me now. Okay. 21.
21. Okay. You see they take their own hand and they and open up a hex light, but the hex light has gone until like the distinction between iPhone light mode and iPhone dark mode is in the equivalent of a dark mode.
Okay.
And you see, for lack of a better term, a jailbroken hexlight.
Okay.
I can do so much more with this than I could do with your help. Why would I need your help? You're just as much of a government institution as these. The difference is I broke this free of you.
How did you do that?
No response. Are you aware that these siphon power to the people who make them?
What? What?
That's what I thought.
No, I've been using this for a while. I would have noticed if it was siphoning power, and no, they promise that there's no side effects. I've done my due diligence. Prove it to me. I don't believe you.
He just casts, you see him he starts humming and takes the stone and sort of throws it up in space before you, takes like stone, breaks it down into a dust and starts humming. And you see the dust from the stone begin moving into different glyphs and changing shape as his humming changes. And it flattens out into a surface in front of you, and it begins to project an image, showing you a series of codes. And he takes his hex light, opens it, runs it over, and it shows you sort of a various series of connections. And the very end one is like this battery in what looks like, it pulls up sort of a map, and it looks like a battery in the headquarters of Myth Unending. And almost like the internet connection thing where it goes connected to the router, connected to the internet, connected to you. It connects him to the hexnet, or it connects him to the weave, connects him to the hexnet, and does not feed back to the battery. And he says, open yours. And if you wave your hand over it, connects to the weave, connects to the hexnet, connects to a battery. And he sort of takes the cloak that he has, collects the dust by whipping his cloak through it, and says, make what decisions you will, and turns and walks away. And that is where we're going to end your time. We went a little bit over. Does anybody have anything they wish to conceal? I'll also give you some time at the beginning to prepare for the airship arrival at the beginning of the next session. But is there anything you'd like to conceal?
No.
Just in case anyone is following me, see if I can figure out if there's a way to hide my, because I know this thing is tracking me. So like hide the fact that I met here.
Yeah,
see
for sure.
if I conceal that.
Okay, go ahead and give me... Oh boy. Normally I limit these to charisma or dexterity stealth checks, but I'm actually going to say this is going to be an intelligence stealth check.
Okay.
This is going to be your ability to interact with the hexnet to undo what the hexnet has already done.
Yeah. It's not going to go.
What is it?
I rolled a 5 and I have a +2, so that's a 7.
Okay. Okay.
A D4 wouldn't help me in this, would it?
You can always put it on there.
All right, let's try. Oh, it's still not great. It's a 3, so that's
10.
a 10 total.
Hey, that ups it by 1 DC category. Okay.
Okay.
And then Ethereon, you said you didn't have anything you wanted to really hide. Okay.
No.
Great. In that case, we're going to call this the end of this episode, of this chapter of our prologue. So, thank you all for joining us. Actually, before I send us out, anything anybody wants to plug, anything you want to pitch to our listeners as something they should engage in, etc.
Nothing new for me.
Cool. Just multi-nerds.
Just multi-nerds, yep.
Sam, anything for you?
Things are still in the works.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned.
All right. Well, in that case, thank you all for joining us. You're always welcome at the tavern. And come back next week, because the story is not over yet. We love you all, and good night.